In this video, I am making a vegan lobster mac and cheese. Okay, so all of the ingredients are together and it's time to bring all of this together and make a delicious mac and cheese. The very first thing that I need to do when making this lobster mac and cheese is I need to hydrate some lobster mushrooms, because at the end of the day, it's vegan, and so I'm not going to be using real seafood, and I have to figure out a way to bring out that seafood flavor, that lobster flavor, and I find that the lobster mushrooms is a great way, and it's a lot easier to find some dried lobster mushrooms than it is fresh. Now it's time to do a little bit of prep work. So I'm going to have to prep up some carrots. I'm going to have to prep up the hearts of palm, and those are all going to come into play at different parts of this recipe. Okay, so I'm going to make the cheese, and the cheese is pretty simple. I'm adding a bunch of these ingredients together and I'm blending it really well to make it nice and smooth. It's going to be super smooth, it's going to be cheesy, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Now that I have the cheese done, I'm going to move on to the actual lobster and seafood portion of this recipe. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to saute up some butter and some garlic, and I'm going to add in the lobster mushroom, and I'm going to add in the hearts of palm. All right, so we have the lobster done. We have the cheese sauce done. It is time to make the pasta. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook up this pasta and get this nice and get this prepared. Okay, everything is ready individually. It's time to bring it all together. So I'm going to add the cheese sauce with the pasta, and I'm going to add the lobster, hearts of palm, and the garlic butter as well. I'm going to add this to a oven safe dish, and I'm going to bake this just for about 15 minutes or so, 350 degrees. Just kind of help combine everything with the flavors and make sure everything is fully cooked. And there we are. We have the lobster mac and cheese, and all that's left now is to plate it up and enjoy a nice dish of this lobster mac and cheese. Okay, so what are my thoughts overall of this mac and cheese? Well, so the first thing that I want to call out is that I would have used Old Bay seasoning in this recipe. Now, I didn't have Old Bay seasoning, so I did just do a quick Google search and found out what is commonly in like an Old Bay seasoning, and I did combine some individual spices that I had in my cabinet to make my own Old Bay seasoning from scratch. That worked out pretty well, and so that was used in order to incorporate some more of those kind of seafood flavors, just to really kind of accent that. The next thing is that the lobster mushroom actually worked out really well in this recipe. It really had that meatiness that you get from like the claw in lobster. So I thought that was great. And when I hydrated it, it did hydrate well enough, and then from there it was still able to combine in the garlic butter into the mushroom because the mushroom soaked some of that up. So it had a really nice garlic buttery note inside of the mushroom. So that was great. The thing that I wasn't ready for, but was pleasantly surprised of, was the hearts of palm. And so the hearts of palm really kind of had like a oyster flavor to it. And so that's why I was surprised, because I haven't really worked with hearts of palm. And that was interesting to see that flavor come about, because it really helped elevate the lobster mac and cheese into a seafood mac and cheese. And so it was great. It was definitely worth combining that together, and I'm glad that I did that. So overall, I liked this mac and cheese. Now, I think that this is where, if I'm going to recommend it, it's based upon if somebody can tolerate the seafood flavor. I know there are people that they just can't really get over that oceany seafood flavor in itself, and if that's the case, then there's probably going to be no interest in lobster mac and cheese, even though it's vegan and there is no seafood in it. It has the seafood flavor. Now, if you're someone that likes seafood, that can tolerate seafood, you like mac and cheese, it's definitely worth a try. It is vegan, like I said, but the reality is that this is absolutely a really good vegan lobster mac and cheese. It tastes like it has real seafood. So I recommend it for that reason. It's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I nailed this recipe. I know that you'll enjoy this when you make this at home in your kitchen, and I know that you'll enjoy some more of my other great recipes coming up. I have some more vegan meats coming your way. I have some more comfort food coming your way. Lots of things happening here on What I Tasted, and so much more to come, because I'm your friend with food benefits. And I'll see you again real soon.